Remember this dude? Actually, you probably didn't watch that. Well, we're going to make the rest of him today. And we're going to be molding him. Okay, so we're taking the clay, we're rolling it out, and we're putting it onto this little bin. You can use any sort of flat surface though. So you're rolling out multiple strips, you're laying them down, you're smoothing them together to try to get some nice ribs. They look a little weird, but that's because they're laid out flat instead of curved around the body. So just keep that in mind. And then I'm using the back end of a paintbrush to kind of carve in some veins. I don't know exactly if I can count these as veins, but they work. But then I'm taking my trusty cigar lighter and I'm melting it just to try to get smoother. I melted this one spot a little too much, so I flipped it over, trying to get it to not flatten out. But it dripped. You know what? It was cool, so happy accidents.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
So I was trying to blend in the edges, but the monster clay was not sticking to it super well. But, I mean, the monster is going to have really weird skin texture all over, and it won't matter in the end.
I'm a factual genius. It is a fat chance that I'm being next George Washington. Or Albert Einstein.
So then, just like the face, I'm using some bubble wrap, and I'm pressing it down in, melting it, and trying to create this like really nice, interesting, bubbly, sort of weird skin texture. And I just love this now. First time I ever tried it was on the monster, and it's my favorite. I'm going to use this all the time. And then again, just taking some clay, laying out this little weird piece. I'm not exactly sure what this is for, but I made it, and I'm sure we're going to use it when we go to apply everything. Okay, so now I'm taking a pen, and I'm poking the surface to create these little holes that are going to be pores. You know, when I'm creating something like this, it's kind of like, just do whatever to it. It's a monster, it works. Then I'm using the cigar lighter, and I'm melting the top just to get those to kind of smooth out a little bit, make them work a little better. You can definitely just use a regular old hairdryer, but the cigar lighter is my favorite. I'm gonna have our monster actor roll their shoulders back to make them look much skinnier. But when you do that, your collarbone kind of disappears, and the collarbone also makes you look skinnier. So I'm making some collarbone pieces that we can put on just to make them look like top-notch skinniness. It's pretty much the same process for making these ones. Okay, then we're going to spray some PAM on them, get them nice and greasy. Then I'm just wiping off the extra with a paper towel. Then you're going to pour your plaster into a cup. Add the water. A little tip, if you're in a hurry, use some warm water. Makes it cure faster. If you need more working time, do cold water. Give it a little mix and give it some taps to get rid of some bubbles. Pour that on there and then yell at Jesse to fix the camera angle.
Just casually a sewing needle inside of a lampshade.
It's my spot for it.
Smooth that crap out. Then wipe your hands off. Once it's cured, flip it upside down, give it a little press on the bottom, it should pop right off. Look at that. Anyways, so I'm taking my thumb and I'm just peeling off the little crusties on the edge. And then you do the exact same thing again. Oh, and I already had a spine mold, but it was the exact same process for that one, so you don't need to worry about that. Clean up your mess. Now for the face. Same deal with greasing them up, and then in a much larger bin, and using a pitcher of water, you mix up your plaster. Gloves are optional. Start mixing with your hands. Pop that on there. Go ahead and rub it into the details just to make sure you don't lose any of them. And then you build it up. And then you worry about it for a long time. Once it's cured, you take it off. You struggle for about 30 minutes off camera before finally getting the mold off the thing.
Because I saw it. And he's fine now, but like...
Oh, finally! Yeah!
Peel the extra clay off the face, and then use a cigar lighter to burn the clay out of the teeth. Well, there you have it. Go check out the face sculpture if you care about that. Link in description.